Just about ready for baseball on MLB Network as you get a look at beautiful Yankees Stadium in Bronx, New York. Opening day is here as we get the new season underway with a good matchup between the Toronto Blue Jays and the New York Yankees. Hello again, everybody. Baseball is back. Welcome to our special opening day broadcast on MLB Network. I'm joined by Dan Plesac. And Dan, as we get things going this season, it's pitching that has to be key if this team's going to have success.
Hey, just like any team, pitching is going to be the key factor for this ball club as the year plays out. I'm sure the staff will have its ups and downs, but putting together some quality outings early in the season could do wonders for this club getting out of the gate with a good start.
The game's count starting now. Opening day on MLB Network, and it's coming up next. Babe Ruth gets the call to pitch here on opening day in front of the hometown crowd. Dan Plesac, what do you got?
Hey, this guy has a 4-pitch repertoire, right? And those are a lot of nice options to have. You can go hard, soft, you can go in and out. And anytime you have 4 pitches, if you can throw them for strikes, you have the big advantage.
And now, Paul Molitor. And we are ready for some daytime baseball. The 2-1. Changeup that time gets him to swing right through it as the leadoff man is down on strikes to open up the ball game. So one down, no one aboard, and that'll bring in John Olerud. Bounce towards the second baseman. Scooped up. And there are 2 away now. A moment as we take a look at the Jays starting 9 for this one. Mark, what's your take on him against one of the best starters in the game?
Yeah, Matty, this team poses a lot of problems offensively. This is a scary lineup because they can beat you in a variety of ways. Not only do they have power in the middle of the order, but a ton of speed that can put some serious pressure on the defense.
Now the 1-1 pitch.
Hey, if he's going to execute that curveball, and that's the first one of the day, if he's going to execute it like that, be on the lookout for that one. That's going to be a big pitch for him today.
And it's to 2-2 now with the bases empty and 2 gone here in the inning.
He might have to look for a different way to put this guy away on 2-2. He's already seen the curveball a couple of times, so he might be looking for it.
And good patience to hold back on the curveball in the dirt. It's full now, 3-2.
Hey, I know the idea is to try to get the guy to swing on a 2-2 pitch, right? But that one was so low, I don't know anybody
That's a hit, their first of the new season. And he will get in there with his first big league hit, a double. And there's probably no happier person in the ballpark. Matt Meyer has just collected his first hit in the big leagues. And as is customary, there's the ball being sent into the dugout. Someone will tuck it away for him to put in his trophy case.
Yeah, good for him, and congratulations. Listen, he's worked his entire lifetime for this moment, and he's obviously trying to play it cool right now, but you can bet inside his head, he's on top of the world.
Standing in now, Sean Green. 1-2 now as that one's fouled off. Now a fastball as he just reared up and let that one fly, and the inning is over. So they can't make anything out of the two-out double. Bottom of the first, straight ahead. We're scoreless on MLB Network. Don Mattingly will bat next. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first. The 2-1 is in off the plate.
The offensive game plan today is certainly to see the ball up. This guy is known on the mound for sinker changeup combination. He's going to try and establish down in the zone to get swing and a miss or ground balls consistently. You have to find something above the belt to get loose on.
And he takes ball 4. So the leadoff man is on here in the home half of the first in a scoreless ball game.
Man, the pitcher's wondering how he didn't get that call. Busted him inside on a 3-1 count. The ump thought it was just a tad off the plate. Tough to get the benefit of the doubt from the umpire when you fall behind in a count like that, though.
Little tardy on that swing as it's well wide at first. They really bunch him up on that one as he swings and misses for the first out.
This is a pitch I think we'll see a lot from him in this game. The cutter darting in on the hitters in the opposite batter's box. It can be a real effective pitch when it's located well, and that one was right there.
Into the box, Lou Gehrig. Called strike 2. And this one's in the dirt, but it won't skip away far enough for the runner to advance. And here's the 3-2 from him. Swing, line, drive. That's going to be trouble. And they'll have runners at second and third following the one-out double. That was not a good pitch, but he handled it nicely, guys.
Yeah, and the pitcher's got to wonder what he has to do to get it past this guy. That pitch was off the plate, but he showed great reach, gets good extension, and drives it for a two-bagger.
At the plate, Alfonso Soriano. Good pitch there down below the zone. Got him to go after it. On the ground to the right side. And that's by him into right field for a base hit. The runner from third crosses the plate, and they've taken a 1-0 lead.
Boy, that has to feel good as a hitter, D-Roy. Get that base hit to give your team the lead. You have to feel good when you get down to first base.
Yeah, it's just a nice approach. You see him turn to his boys right there and get fired up with the dugout. 100%, not trying to do too much, able to quiet the moment down, center himself, and come through in a big spot.
At the plate now, Aaron Judge. Simeon's got it to second for 1. Relay to first in time, and just like that, this side is retired. Yankees forced to settle for 1. Leading off the inning, it'll be Joe Carter as they'll look to spark the offense and even things up. The 3-2 pitch. Hit on the ground out to short. Torres scoops it up in the dirt, and oh, he can't quite dig it out.
And everyone knows that you set the tone on opening day, and that's not the kind of tone they want to set. They made fielding a priority in the spring, but it doesn't translate on that play. Might be some early season jitters, too.
Throw over to the bag. So now to the plate, Teoscar Hernandez. Swing and a ball hit out toward right center. Long run for the center fielder. He gets to it and makes the catch for the first out.
All right, boys, let's take a look at how the Yankees are setting up on defense today. And guys, the things I want you to focus on today, one of them being this manager loves to shift. He has the pitching staff to trust to be able to manipulate his defense to try and get as many outs and play the numbers as much as he can.
To the plate now, Bo Bichette. And a fastball there is inside as that one backed him up a bit.
One of the things every pitcher wants to do is make sure that those hitters aren't very comfortable up there. See how he runs this hard one in right here? That's a pitch you just want to try to get a hitter to move his feet a little bit.
He's fallen behind now, 3-1. George Springer, the number 8 hitter here, waits on deck. The 3-1. Breaking ball, called third strike as that catches the zone for out number 2. So it's a runner at first with 2 gone. And former World Series MVP George Springer bats next. Carter is off of first with 2 away. And a good at-bat that time as he lays off for ball 4. And as a result, that'll move a runner up into scoring position now with 2 away.
He did not want to let the hitter off the hook with 2 outs, and now he's got a runner in scoring position to deal with.
Now at the plate here is Marcus Semien. The base knock to the outfield could score the tying run from second. Two and one.
Hey, time to start making some quality pitches. He finds himself in a tough spot behind an account with guys on base.
Two and one. Here it is. Hard hit ball to short. And the inning will end as they're unable to cash in with 2 outs. Blue Jays leave a pair. They're down 1-0. Last half of the second set to go. And coming forward, the veteran outfielder, Mickey Mantle. And they'll go off speed here as this pitch misses. It's 2-1. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
I got the count. 2-2.
A swing and a ground ball to third. And just past his outstretched glove into left. A base hit.
Batting 7. The catcher, Jorge Posada.
Into the box now, Jorge Posada. And they pitch out here, but nothing's going on. Now the 2-1. Takes a pitch for strike number 2.
He's certainly pushing the throttle and pulling it with those 4 pitches. Statistics class tells me I'm sitting fast.
Fouled off. And he looks at a cold strike 3 as the cut fastball's in there, and that's out number 1.
Batting 8.
Digging in now for the Yankees, Gleyber Torres. The 1-1 home. Misses, ball 2. Now the 2-1 pitch.
That's ball 3.
Don't go too far. The dangerous Giancarlo Stanton gets his shot next. Yankees lead this 1-0 here in inning number 2. Tried to crush that ball and now perhaps needs to shorten up with 2 strikes. He's set. Here's the 3-2. Swing and a miss on the changeup, and there are 2 gone. That's back-to-back strikeouts now as they've been unable to advance that leadoff single into scoring position.
Yeah, clearly no problems working out of the stretch right now. He's taking control of this inning after giving up that hit. Now we'll see if he can finish it off strong as well.
Into the box, Giancarlo Stanton. And he looks at one in there, 1-2. Just the 2nd inning, but already 37 pitches to this point. Did well just to make contact there as he spoils off a good changeup. Working for the punch out and the offering. Here's a look over to first. A dive, but he's back. Here's the 1-2. He's able to ride this one high and deep toward right center. But that'll stay in the park as it's off the wall. Mantle rounds the corner and is headed home. He scores as it's now a 2-0 ball game.
And these guys are showing some consistency in the early going here. Got a run in the 1st inning, and this double ensures that they'll at least get a run here in the 2nd.
Mattingly.
In now, Don Mattingly. 2 balls and a strike to the Yankees' first baseman. Stanton at second with 2 down. Bottom part of the zone, a good changeup gets the call. And he misses this one inside, and that'll run things full 3-2.
Now on 3-2 as a pitcher, you've got to go with the pitch that you feel most comfortable throwing with.
Full count here. Here comes the pitch. Waved at and missed for the 3rd out. Not much of a chance at hitting that one, and the inning is over. The Yankees strike for a run on the RBI double. We've played 2. It's now 2-0 New York. New inning set to get underway, and standing in is the veteran 3rd baseman, Paul Molitor.
You know, these next couple innings are really important for these guys. I know they're only down by a couple, but they need to get something going on offense to keep pace, even though it's early.
No contact there, and it's 1-2.
The offense better get it going right here, because they certainly can tell from their dugout this guy is carrying himself with a presence out on the mound. He's got feel for all his pitches.
Now a swing and a miss as he picks up another one. Make it 4 strikeouts already, and there's your first out.
John Olerud.
Standing in now, John Olerud. Changeup, called a strike, and he comes back even at 2-2. 1 out, nobody on. Popped up. Soriano is under it. He's got it, and there are 2 down now.
Up next for the Blue Jays, the catcher, Matt Meyer.
Next to hit is Matt Meyer, he doubled his last time up.
And that's been their only hit so far in this one. They've been dealing with some really great pitching in this game.
Down the left field line and deep. And that is off the wall, but in foul territory. Foul ball. 2 out, nobody on. Now a swing and a deep drive to left. And out of here. And I mean by plenty. That ball was crushed. So that's his first home run in the big leagues, and it's fair to say it's a moment he'll never forget.
Well, there's no doubt about that, Matt. People ask him 50 years from now who he hit it off of and what stadium he was playing in, and he'll remember it all. Heck, he'll probably remember what kind of pitch it was, too. Hopefully he can get the ball back so that can go in his trophy case forever.
Stepping in now, Sean Green. 1-2 to Sean Green.
It's not easy to get your barrel to a pitch that high. That could be an effective location as long as he keeps it above the letters.
Had to wait back on the changeup, and he did a good job just to make contact. Again, a 1-2. Fly ball out to straightaway right field. Judge is on his horse. He gets there to make the catch, and that ends the inning. But not before they answer back here with a solo home run. We played 2.5. It's the Yankees 2 and the Blue Jays 1. And we're back for the bottom of the third. Let's check in with Heidi Watney.
Thanks, Matt. I talked with Yankees manager Aaron Boone during the break about the team's offensive performance so far. And overall, he's really happy with the at-bats they're putting together. It's still pretty early in the game, but they've seen a lot of pitches already. And he thinks the 2 runs they've pushed across so far is just the beginning, given the quality of the at-bats they're putting together.
All right, thanks, Heidi. Bottom of the third now, and set to go as the third baseman, DJ LeMahieu. Here comes the 1-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3.
One of the toughest pitches to hit, the straight changeup, right? El Cambio. Hadn't seen it in that entire at bat. What happens? Gets the string pulled on him right there. Had no chance to put that ball in play.
At the plate, Lou Gehrig. And a jam shot here as this is sent towards second. Throw gets him, 2 down.
Now batting, second baseman, Alfonso Soriano.
The next batter is Alfonso Soriano, looking to follow up the RBI single from his first at-bat. The 1-1 home. This should end the inning as it's sent out to second. Simeon's there. Throw in time, and the side is retired. Pretty painless half of the inning, all told. 3 innings complete. The Yankees lead this one 2-1. Start of the 4th upcoming, but first, Heidi Watney standing by with a report.
Thanks, Matt. In between innings, I was able to catch up with the manager of the Blue Jays to discuss his thoughts on his team's lineup so far. And flat out, he was very pleased with the quality of their at-bats. Yes, they've only scored 1 run, but he said they've done a great job of forcing the pitch count up, and he thinks that's going to lead to more offense for them as this game goes on.
All right, Heidi, thank you. All set for the start of the inning, and up next, former World Series hero Joe Carter. 1-1. It swung on and missed for strike number 2. And he wasn't going to hit that one with an or. The strikeout, and there's one gone.
Wow, that's one of the toughest pitches in baseball to hit, right? That good straight changeup, El Cambio. There's not much you can do with that. You're going off of that arm speed, and the ball, it just doesn't get there.
To the plate now, Teoscar Hernandez. And he'll come back with 1 in the 3rd as the count moves to 2-1 now. One run, 2 hits, and no errors in the game for Toronto. Now that's popped up. Mattingly is there for it. 2 gone.
The bat, number 11. Shortstop, Bo Bichette.
Stepping in for the Jays, Bo Bichette. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. The 1-1 home. A bouncer up the middle. Torres picks it up. Throw on to first, gets him, and the side is retired. 1-2-3 go the Blue Jays. They still trail it here 2-1. And that'll bring up Aaron Judge. Comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. Now a changeup, but it misses just a little below the zone.
Sitting in a good spot right here. 2 ball, 1 strike count is yet to see a fastball. Have to be sitting on one right here.
Bonnie gets him to wave at that one. It's 2-2.
Hey, I'd like to see a little bit more discipline in that. You get a count in your favor. He's swinging a pitch that bad. Not good.
2-2 pitch is fouled away. Into the windup and the pitch. And a changeup swung on and missed for the first out.
The center fielder,
So 1 out and
7.
nobody aboard. And that'll bring in Mickey Mantle. And this is low, ball 2. 2-1.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Swing, high drive, left field and deep. Looking up is Hernandez. A solo shot here to left. First home run of the campaign for him, and it gives the Yankees a 3-1 lead.
No surprise with that swing of the bat. This guy is simply one of the best in the game right now. There's not too many guys that take a beautiful hack like that in the league.
Into the box now, Jorge Posada. Still hanging with him. Another good swing to keep it going. Ready with another 2-2. High fly ball out to straightaway center. There to play it is Springer, and that's out number 2.
Now batting, shortstop, Gleyber Torres.
Next up will be Gleyber Torres. Struck out in his first at bat.
Sometimes you just got to tip your cap to the guy on the mound. He's getting paid to try and get you out as well. Anytime it gets up there north of 7, 8 pitch ABs, sometimes it just comes down to pure execution. Let's see if he makes the adjustment right here.
3 runs, 5 hits, and 1 error on the Yankee line score so far. Just hung in there on that one. The 2-2 one more time.
Well, you don't see it all that often, but this might be a good time for a 3-2 change. If he can locate it, it's nearly impossible to hit.
And it's fouled away. Timing just a tick off there as this one's fouled off to the right.
You know, taking you inside the mind of a batter right here, you can't get in auto swing mode. You still have to control the strike zone.
Liner in there for a base hit. Giancarlo Stanton will get a chance in the inning following the base hit. Just an absolute laser that time, screaming off the bat, if you will. And Show Track tells us it went out at 112 miles an hour. Those are the line drives you can hear as they go by. So now to the plate, Giancarlo Stanton. And he lays off for a ball, 2-1. Torres leads off first with a pair of outs in the inning. And that misses up and in, 3-1.
They know the threat this guy poses at the plate. I know it's a 3-1 in this situation right here, but I cannot believe for the life of me this pitcher is going to come anywhere near the middle of the zone.
From the belt, kicks and deals. And he takes ball 4. So a good job out of the 9-hole and getting on base as we go back to the top of the order.
Well, he walked him on 5 pitches, but that last pitch was really good. He missed down, but only by a hair. When a hitter has a 3-1 count, he can wait until he gets a pitch he loves.
Next for New York, Don Mattingly. 2 men on, 2 away here in the 4th. Lifted the other way down the left field line. Waiting on it is Hernandez. No problem with this one, and the inning is over. Yankees do get 1 on the solo homer. We're through 4. It's now 3-1 Yanks. All ready to go in the top of the 5th, and that brings in George Springer. Looked like he was on that one, but it's 1-2. Popped him up. Mattingly over to his left, looks it into his glove, and there's 1 gone.
The batter number 10, second baseman, Marcus Semien.
So bases are empty with 1 out now. And up next to Berkeley area native Marcus Semien. The 1-1 is laid off for ball 2.
That was a tempting pitch to swing at right there. A big power guy like this really wants something that he can elevate and drive out of the ballpark.
2-2. Fouled away.
Hey, you guys know me. Hitting's a process of elimination, and I'm eliminating the changeup this next pitch. I'm on everything else.
Hit sharply on the ground. And that's the 2nd out.
Now batter, third baseman, Paul Muller.
And now back back to the leadoff spot in the Blue Jays lineup. Stepping in, Paul Molitor struck out in his last trip to the plate. 3-1 our score as we play inning number 5. That misses, and we're even at 2-2. He struck him out, the third time he's fanned in the game. Blue Jays go down in order. Score holds. It's 3-1. Tyler Chatwood is out from the bullpen now as he'll get the call here on opening day.
Tyler Chatwood.
Bottom of the inning now, and that'll bring in DJ LeMahieu. Hit in the air down the right field line. Giving chase is Green. He makes the catch. A great effort to get there and record the first out of the inning.
The designated hitter, number 4, Lou.
So bases are empty with one gone, and in steps the Iron Horse, Lou Gehrig. Hit the target, but this is low. 2-1. Now some definite signs of life in that Toronto bullpen. Both a lefty and a right-hander begin to throw. Into the windup. Here's the 2-1 pitch.
That's ball
3-1 now as that misses down and in.
Count 3-1.
Alfonso Soriano will be next. Now the pitch. Hit in the air out to straightaway left field. Waiting on it is Hernandez. And that's the second out of the inning.
Now batting, second baseman, Alfonso.
Striding forward now, the Yankee cleanup hitter, Alfonso Soriano. 1 for 2 in the ball game thus far. And now a fastball, but he's able to hold off on it, and it's 2-1 now. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. 2-2.
That was a great hack right there. Timing was on point. Just sometimes you have bad bat barrel accuracy.
Full count.
And they're working the outer half here, but that one's wide for ball 3.
3-2 counts are usually a time to challenge the hitter, but I think he'll be careful here. Shoot for the corner, and if you miss and you walk him, so what? That's better than him putting one in the seats.
And the cutter got him swinging. Strike 3, and the side is retired. So the Yanks go 1-2-3, and it's still 3-1. Top half of the 6th about to get started, and that'll bring in John Olerud. The 2-1. It's a fastball that misses.
Team's been struggling on offense. Let your D work for you right here. Pound the zone.
He takes a cold strike at the knees, and that'll run things full. The 3-2 pitch. The swing, and this ball is blasted to right field. Nothing's going to keep this one in the ballpark. Into the second deck and gone. A solo shot here to straightaway right field. First home run of the campaign for him, and the Blue Jays have cut that lead to 3-2 now.
Well, if you're going to give up a towering blast to one of the best players in their lineup, it's better to do it with no one on base. It stings, sure, but a solo shot isn't going to be the deciding factor in a game.
At the plate now, Matt Meyer. A 1-2 count to the Blue Jays signal caller.
This is why the manager pencils these guys in the middle of the order. Big spot, time for them to get back in this game with a couple quality ABs.
Filthy changeup that time, but he's able to make contact, and he'll get another chance. Base is empty here with nobody out. And he fouls this one off. Now another 1-2. Fastball misses in the dirt as he tried to get him to chase the low one.
You know, these kind of at-bats can drive you crazy when you're on the mound. I mean, he's been ahead of him pretty much the whole time, but he just can't put him away. Not only that, but it's costing him a lot of bullets.
Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Changeup taken for ball 3, well below the zone.
These are the kind of ABs, regardless of the outcome, you go back to the dugout as an offensive player, and your teammates are loving on you for making that pitcher work and battling it out.
Count still full, 3-2. Has to give. Here's the payoff pitch. Again, he sends it out of play. And now this will be the 10th pitch of the at-bat. Swing, and this is also hit well out to deep center. And he's going to make the catch. Oh, and he paid the price for it, too, as he crashes into the wall. Next to bat for Toronto, Sean Green, 0 for 2 on the afternoon so far. Hit sharply on the ground, but that finds its way through for a base hit. And the throw will be too late as he can't recover in time.
You can see that this wasn't that difficult a play as it headed up the middle, but it might have taken a funny hop there, and he couldn't make the play on it.
Throw over to first, and a dive, but he's back. Green, the runner at first with 1 gone in the inning. Standing in now, Joe Carter. And a big swing and a miss here, 2 strikes.
Hey, I got to commend him a little bit. Leadoff homer, and now he's 1 pitch away from getting out of this inning without any further damage.
Here now the 2-2. Neither guy willing to give in, and the at-bat will continue. Runner at first here, 1 man out. Now a throw over, and the runner back. Here's another 2-2. High in the air down the right field line. And it's a foul ball. And it's a full count, 3-2 to the Blue Jays DH.
For the guy on the mound, this is one of those innings where nothing comes easy. He's thrown a bunch of pitches, and this AB hasn't been any different. Definitely laboring at the moment.
8th pitch of the at-bat coming up. Too close for comfort, and he did a good job just to make contact. Try it again, 3-2. A swing and a miss. He offered it a ball way outside the strike zone for out number 2.
That strikeout was a real good example of a pitcher continuing to make a guy chase out of the zone. When you recognize a hitter is in protect mode, you don't have to come inside the strike zone. You could just expand further and further until he literally can't touch it.
In now to Oscar Hernandez. And he lays off, so it's full now, 3-2.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. Lots of possible outcomes on this pitch.
And he struck him out, his 8th punch out of the ballgame, and that one ends the inning. Jays answer right back with this solo home run. Bottom of the 6th is straight ahead. It's the Yankees 3, the Blue Jays 2. Ready to go for the last half of the inning, and that'll bring up the big bat of Aaron Judge. Here's the 1-1 delivery. Not close with the off-speed pitch taken for a ball. Popped him up. Meyer waits on it. 1 out.
The center fielder, number 7, Mickey Mantle.
Digging in, the switch hitter, Mickey Mantle. He's off to a fast start in this one, 2 for 2, including a home run. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch.
I got to count 2 and 2.
We just saw a fastball right there. I would not be shocked if he tries to get this guy to go fishing right here and drops a little off-speed pitch in the dirt.
Swung on in the dirt, strike 3. Up with it, Meyer. He makes the throw to first, 2 down.
The bat.
2 away now in the Yankees 6th. And standing in, the veteran switch hitter, Jorge Posada. The 1-1.
No, that's down.
3-2's our score here in inning number 6. Fouled off. Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch.
3 balls.
And that one never threatened the zone. It's gone full now to 3-2. And it's fouled away. Another full count pitch home. And this is taken low for ball 4, and they'll have themselves a 2-out base runner here after all.
Well, the reason power hitters generally draw more walks than other guys is exactly what we saw right there. Pitchers work around them and nibble the corners a lot more so they don't get burned. He made some good pitches, but he just couldn't get him to chase enough out of the zone.
At the plate now is Gleyber Torres, singled in his last at-bat. Here's the 1-1.
Down.
2 out with the man at first. Grounded up the first baseline. And a diving effort, but it's out of his reach. A foul ball. Working for the punch out and the offering.
4 foul balls in this AB. Pitcher cannot find anywhere to go to put this guy away.
2-2 one more time. And as it turns out, the 2-out walk doesn't come around to haunt him as that ends the inning. One left for the Yankees, but they still lead it 3-2. Into the box, Bo Bichette, and he'll get us started in what's officially the back third of this one. The 1-1 home. Misses for the second ball.
Well, he's thrown a lot of pitches in this one, but it's not like he's walking a bunch of guys. Only one free pass to this point, but they're still making him work really hard.
Now the 2-1 is swung on and missed, and that's strike two.
Not much you can do with that one. Tied him up in knots.
A 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. Fouled away. This one's outside, quite a bit off the plate that time.
Keep in mind, people, the longer the at-bat, the higher the likelihood that this becomes his last inning.
Struck him out, and he becomes the 9th strikeout victim thus far.
Nice job there taking care of the leadoff hitter via the strikeout. I'll tell you, in a one-run game, especially this late, getting that first guy in the inning is so important. It changes the whole complexion of the inning, so that was a big out.
Stepping in now, George Springer. And he fouls this one off. Fouled off. The next 1-2 pitch.
I got the count. 2-2.
Very tight ball game. 3-2 our score in inning number 7. And he struck him out. The 10th victim set down on strikes thus far.
Well, he's really rolling on the mound right now. All you have to do is look at the last 4 hitters for evidence. All 4 of them have gone down on strikes, as you're seeing here. That's not easy to do, so you know he's got to be pretty dialed in out there.
Into the box now, Marcus Semien. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. All even now, 2-2.
Wow, that's 4 straight Ks. He's knocking them down. He's looking for number 5 right here. You can tell this guy on the mound, he is pitching with a whole lot of confidence in this one.
So a full count now.
Every base runner in a close game like this really matters, so you can't afford to be giving out free passes this late.
Now the 3-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. He got him on strikes. Pure dominance on the mound as he strikes out the side in order. Don't touch that remote. More on MLB Network right after this. Giancarlo Stanton now. It was a walk in his last trip. Set to deal on a ball and 2 strikes.
Ball, that's
To 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Here now the 2-2.
You can really tell they're trying to keep the ball in on this big slugger right here.
Is that an effort to keep him from getting extended, do you think?
Yeah, I think that's the idea, Matt, but he might spin to win if he starts looking for it in there.
The 2-2. Swing and a miss as he ran the fastball right by him for the first out.
Talk about blowing it by a guy. Geez, I mean, that fastball was way behind him when the swing came through the zone. I have to think he was looking for something off speed, and he just couldn't pull the trigger on that fastball.
At the plate, Don Mattingly. And he squares up on this one. Deep to straightaway right. Gone. He uses that short porch to an advantage. Home run. A solo shot down the line in right. First home run of the campaign for him, and it'll give the Yankees a 4-2 lead.
Hey, that's the price you pay right there when you try and sneak a fastball past this guy. Power hitter, and every power hitter in the league knows you got to start with the numero uno. Number 1, man. You got to get on the heater and adjust to everything else, and he did just that.
To plate now, DJ LeMahieu, and it's fouled away.
Great job of running that fastball in on his hands right there with 2 strikes. Even though the batter's able to foul that one off, he's set up for almost anything in this pitcher's arsenal.
And he lays off a pitch outside as they draw even at 2-2. Now a little pop-up off toward the first base side. Olerud is over, and he tucks it away for the second out.
The designated hitter, number 4, Lou Gehrig.
Now it'll be Lou Gehrig. He's working on a 1-for-3 thus far. The 2-1. Fouled away. And struck him out. One scores in the inning coming on this solo home run. We'll march on to the 8th. It's now 4-2 New York. Goose Gossage is out from the bullpen now as he'll get the call here on opening day.
Number 54, Goose Gossage.
Ready to begin the 8th, and that'll bring up the Hall of Famer Paul Molitor. Here's the 1-1 delivery. And a sinker dips too low there. Into the dirt, in fact. As we near the end of this one, it's clear the long ball has played a big role in today's outcome. Dan, D-Row, what are your final thoughts on what we've seen?
Yeah, just non-competitive pitches in some big situations, Dan, and the offense took full advantage.
Yeah, you know, D-Row, one of the things about pitching is you want to have location, and it was obvious in this one today that the pitchers weren't on point, and what happens when that happens? Hitters make you pay, and the long ball was a big part of this one here.
Now batting. The first
final line there for the Yankees starting pitcher, and that's exactly how he hoped to get this season started on opening day.
Hey, Matty V, you know when you've got really good stuff? You look down at that strikeout total. Double-digit strikeouts in this one. He had swing and miss stuff right from the beginning.
So now to the plate, John Olerud. Skied in the air to straightaway left. Under it now is Stanton to make the catch, and there are 2 away now.
The batter, the catcher, Matt Meyer.
Now at the plate, Matt Meyer. He's 2 for 3 with a home run and a double. Just behind the fastball there. 2 strikes now.
I know closers are known for having the nastiest stuff on the team. Exploding fastballs, devastating off-speed. But they'd be lying if they didn't say they wanted a 2-run, 3-run lead.
And we'll just leave it there as they make the play to end the inning. 1, 2, 3 go the Blue Jays. Still down by a count of 4-2. Joel Paez is on to pitch out of the bullpen in the bottom half of the 8th.
Number 54, Joel Paez.
So here's the cleanup hitter, Alfonso Soriano. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. So 1-1. And that misses 2-2. And a swing and a miss there on a late breaking slider as he set down on strikes for the 2nd time this afternoon.
Boy, that's really disappointing for a guy that has wheels, right? All he wants to do is get on base and take advantage of the strength of his game, which is his speed. But with the strikeout right there, you can't get on first base if you strike out.
At the plate now, Aaron Judge. And he strikes him out as well. So 2 punch-outs to begin the outing out of the pen.
No problems for him on the mound since he's come out of the pen to start this inning. That's back-to-back Ks, and he's making it look pretty easy. This has the makings of a good outing so far.
Stepping in now, Mickey Mantle. Sent on the ground out to second. Taken in by Simeon. And 8 innings have come and gone now as the inning is over. 1, 2, 3 go the Bombers as they can't add to their 4-2 lead. Mariano Rivera comes out of the bullpen to shut things down here in the 9th.
Number 42, Mariano.
Striding in to start the 9th is Sean Green, and they could use a spark from him here.
Looking for base runners here as they're down 2 playing on the road. Not an easy thing to do, trying to score runs or bunch hits together off of a closer.
Can't keep the weight back, and he falls behind 1 and 2. Tough pitch to lay off there, but he did, and it's even up at 2 and 2.
Right guy, right spot. This is one of the better hitters in their lineup. Just the guy they want to see coming up now to get this inning going.
All even at 2 and 2. Here it is.
Count full.
Yeah, well, down 2. You better believe they'd gladly take a leadoff walk right here. Anything to get a base runner on and get that tied run to the plate.
Now the payoff pitch home. He swung on and missed. He got him on strikes.
Well, we've seen some really good pitching from these guys in this one. The bullpen has looked sharp and have backed up a nice effort turned in by the starter. These days, pitching has become a full staff effort, and I've been impressed with the job these guys have done so far.
Into the box, Joe Carter struck him out. Struck him out again, I should say. His 3rd punch out of the game.
Well, you have to feel pretty confident about the way this one's going to end up as a manager. 2 hitters, 2 strikeouts from the closer. There's not a whole lot more he can do to instill confidence that he's going to wrap this thing up without any problem.
Into the box now, Teoscar Hernandez. Count is 1 and 2 now. Now the Yankee Stadium crowd, 52,000 plus on their feet. And another foul ball. Final strike for the Blue Jays. Hit sharply toward the right side. And he'll put this one away, and with that, the ball game is over.
And with that save, he moves into the record books as the greatest reliever of all time. He just passed Mariano Rivera, notching career save number 653. It's been absolutely amazing watching him dominate all these years.
4-2 the final score today. The New York Yankees jumped out to an early lead in the first and never looked back. Babe Ruth earns his first win of the season, picking up 11 strikeouts along the way. Hyunjin Ryu was only able to work 4 innings as he takes the loss. Mariano Rivera wraps it up for the save, his first of the year. So that's a wrap for us in this one. Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, Heidi Watney, Matt Vasgersian, we all thank you for watching Major League Baseball on MLB Network. See you next time.
Our final line score this afternoon. First for the victorious Yankees, 4 runs, 7 hits, 2 errors. They left 6 men on base. For the Blue Jays, 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors. They left 4 men on base. Time of the ball game, 2 hours and 51 minutes. Our paid attendance here at Yankee Stadium this afternoon, 47,309. The Yankees thank you for attending and remind you to please get home safely.